wanted to join us this morning, so she'll be royally sitting here. All right. Yeah, okay. Actually, happy actual new year 2023. This is our first Pilates class of the year. We're going to roll the shoulders up, back, and down. We're going to round and pull back, round, squeeze, pull back, round and squeeze and pull back. It's fine if your body moves a little bit, if the back arches. We'll let that happen a couple more times. And then we'll relax, and we're going to do an exaggerated one. So hands together, clasp them, round shoulders, pull the belly button in, bend the knees a little, low back rounds, reach forward, then lift up, spread your hands out, squeeze your elbows back, flip your hands back, and bring that down in a squeeze. This time, clasp your hands the other way. So a different pinky goes on the bottom. Round it forward, drop your head, feel the squeeze, lift it up, separate the hands, open the elbows, flip the hands back, and squeeze it down. Beautiful. Just one shoulder at a time, couple rolls, and then drop your right shoulder, tip your ear over, drop your left shoulder, reach through that hand, back through center, other direction, and bring it up. Tuck that chin and let it go forward. Tuck it, let it go forward. One more time, tuck it and elongate through the top back side of your head. Abs draw in. Let's put our weight on that right leg, lift that left knee. From there, with your balance, I want you to extend that leg, flex through the heel, point the toe, and bring it down. This time we're going to bend that right knee just a little bit. Same thing with the left. Then we straighten that right leg as we lift the left knee, point the toe, flex the heel, point the toe, both knees, bend, lift, stretch, point, flex, point, down and bend, and lift, and stretch, point, flex, point, bend as you come down, lift it up, straighten as you come up. You can do whatever you want with your hands. You can have them out for balance. You could have hand to heart center if you want. You could do some movement with the arms as you do with the legs, whatever would make sense to you, or just leave them still. We have just two more. Beautiful. Last time, bend, lift, reach, stay here this time, find that balance, and then take that leg and step back with it. Tuck the hips under and bend in that back knee, should be the left leg, so you feel a nice stretch through your hip flexor there. Reach your arm overhead, maybe stretch a little behind you, maybe stretch a little to the right. Stand it up, and we go to the other side. So again, we start nice and easy with that leg straight to begin with. Bend the right knee, extend it out, point it, flex it, feel the quad, point it, bring it down, and now we bend both knees. We straighten up with the left, we reach with the right, we flex and point and come down and bend. And then again, you can start to make that a more fluid motion. Don't forget all the steps, however. Be sure that that left knee is bending and straightening, that right foot is pointing and flexing. Again, arms can do whatever you want. Beautiful, almost there. We're going to do just two more. We bend, we lift, we straighten, we point and flex and point and come down. Last time, lift it up, bring it, stretch it, and then step back. Tuck that right hip under, so pull those, or both hips under. Bend into that right knee, drop it down, feel that stretch. Arm comes up, a little bit to the back if you want, a little maybe to the left. And then bring that up, shake those hands out, prance those feet out just a little bit of movement through the feet and the calves. Really think about emphasizing and stretching as you go. Try and articulate those little bones of the foot. That's our base of support. We want to keep that strong and supple. All right, and then you're going to take that prancing foot, sort of. You're going to step with your heel, ball, toe, come up, other foot, heel, ball, toe. You're heading to the back of your mat. Heel, ball, toe. One more time. Heel, ball, toe. That should take you to the back of your mat, where we go into that nice wide stance. We're going to bend our knees, hands on your thighs. I want you to focus just on your tailbone for a minute, round it under, and then see how high you can stick it up in the air, as if you had a little doggy tail and it could literally point to the ceiling. So tuck it under, try and get it really round, and then stick it up in the air, round it under and up in the air. And then keep it sticking out, and let's focus on that belly button area and that low back. Pull in, round as much as you can, and then drop and extend as much as you can. Round and extend. One more time that area, round it and then extend. So tailbone is reaching as high as you can get it. Back is arched as much as you feel like you can. We'll focus on the ribs and that shoulder blade. So pull the ribs up and in, create a lot of space between the shoulder blades, and then drop the ribs down, squeeze the shoulder blades together more than you feel like you ever have, and do that again, round to the ceiling, and then squeeze, 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 and one more time, we round, 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 and squeeze. And now with everything in that beautiful cow arch, we're going to drop our head, nod yes, let it really relax, and then lift that chin up, and then rock it down. And as you lift it up, squeeze the shoulders out of your ears. We're going to put it all together. Tailbone tucks, belly button pulls in, ribs round, shoulder blades separate, head nods yes. And then we extend the tailbone, reaching as far as we can, arch through the spine, shoulder blades together, back of the neck is long. And we should be in that beautiful cow stretch. Now, all we're going to do is pull the ribs and the abs in to find our neutral spine. Bring our hands down, little test here. Walk your hands forward and see if you could start to straighten your legs without rounding into a hump whale. See if you can stick that tailbone out, and that same movement we did before, try just the tailbone. If that's not happening, bend your knees a little bit, right? Again, just a little bit of mobility through that spine. And then finally, slide those hands forward, walk those feet together. Beautiful. Shoulders out of your ears, high plank position, point your right toes. Bring that right knee to your nose, put it down. Bring your left knee to your nose, put it down. Hike it back, walk it back, bend your knees, ribs on your thighs, arms to the side, lift it up. Exhale, flat back position, walk it out. High plank, left knee to your nose and back, right knee to your nose and back. Adding on, little push-up, elbows backwards, press up, pike it back, walk it back, bend the knees, ribs on your thighs, chest lifts, and we exhale down again. Walk it out. Right knee to your nose, press it back, left knee to your nose, press it back, one push up, pike it back, walk it back, bend the knees a whole bunch, lift it up. Do that again for me. Walk it forward, or bend it forward, walk it out. High plank, left knee to nose, right knee to nose, after you put the left one back. Push up position, walk it back, pike it up, bend your knees, lift that chest, and bring it up. This time, we're coming down, we're walking it out, and you get to bring your knees onto the ground. We're going to roll through those cat-cows again, really articulating your spine. That was my Pilates burpee version. Slow motion, no jumping, no knee stuff. Beautiful. All right, and from there, let's go ahead. We're going to come all the way down onto our elbows and our forearms. Just let that body get a nice passive arch. Walk your hands as far forward as you need to let the back actually sink, right? So we're not propped up at this point. We're just letting that low back sink a little bit. And then as you're ready, roll those elbows back underneath your shoulders, shoulders out of your ears, abs drawn in, pre-plank. So we're going to lift the collarbone and the chest and the abs. We're only on our toes and our knees and our forearms. But I want you to really feel this as a plank, right? Not letting the back sway and not pushing the hips out. So the hips are tucked forward, the abs are drawn in. Then we're going to graduate to toes up in the air, and we have to make corrections. Pull the belly button in, tuck the hips under, make sure the shoulders are still broad. And you can go back to the first one if you want. And then finally, tuck those toes, and we're in a regular plank. Gently come down. We're going to do a side plank. So if you like having a little extra cushioning, go ahead and fold that mat and bring that elbow underneath you. Shoulder is back, lats are engaged, back of the neck is nice and long, and you always have options to be on the sides of your thighs or crisscross, top leg in front, or stacked up. Bring it up. Then look down, and if you can see your body really well, you're probably slanted forward. So I want you to come down, move the shoulder back, don't move the feet, and then come up. And hopefully you're in a little bit more of a straight alignment now. From there, I want you to take that top hip and lift it 1 inch. And then reach that arm, stretch it out, reaching. If you can and you want to, lift that top leg. Don't let the bottom hip sag. And then gently come down. Let's stay on this side. Just flatten your mat back out. Long side lying position. Make sure that that waistline is lifted, abs are in. Point your toes so you don't see them in front of you. Deep breath in. Exhale, pull the belly button to the spine, staple it there, and then we inhale, lift the top leg. We exhale through the heel, exhale and flex through the heel. Point, lift, exhale, flex down. Beautiful. Next step, leave the top leg where it is, bottom leg meets it, and then they both come down. So it's inhale, up, up, pause, exhale down. Up, up, pause, exhale down. Up, pause, exhale down. Two more. Last time. Now glue your legs together. The breathing changes to an exhale as you lift both legs together, hold at the top. Inhale down, exhale, lift, hold, and inhale down. Exhale, lift, hold, inhale down. Exhale, lift, hold, and down. And again. Good, two more. And then all we'll add is the upper body with it, right? So you just gently lift up with that upper body. Elbow off the ground, press into the hand, reach that top arm down. Last one, hold it there. See if you can bring your arm up, maybe even overhead, and then relax. Take your top leg, bend it, and bring it in front of you, and then roll over onto your tummy. So you're in a half frog. So that top leg is off to the side, the arm that matches it also there. All right, stay how you are, but prop yourself up. Bring that knee that was bent just in front of you. and just give it a tug in a seated position, a little bit of a, not a twist here, but a hip stretch. And then let it lie down, and it should now be the bottom leg. If this all worked out okay. All right, so let's go ahead and start with that side lying leg series, and we'll go into our side plank. So we lengthen out, the waistline is off the ground, we can't see our toes, top leg lifts on the inhale, and exhale flex to bring it down. Point lift, inhale, exhale flex down. Now we'll add on from there, that top leg goes up, the bottom leg meets it, and they both come down. So it's inhale, up, up, pause, and exhale down. Up, up, pause, exhale down. Now we're going to glue the legs together, waistline lifted, exhale, both legs come up and hold at the top, inhale down. Exhale, lift, hold, and inhale down. Exhale, lift, hold, inhale down. Good, now all we do is add the upper body with the lower body, so both ends lift up. And then we'll hold at the top, reach that arm up if you can, overhead, hold. Top leg bends, and we flip over onto our abs. Take a quick little break here. And then as you come back, that top bottom arm comes underneath you for your side plank. You decide if you're on the sides of your thighs, straddled or stacked. Come up. Think about that top lift, hip lifting a little extra, and then you're welcome to stay there or even lift that top leg. Gently down, pivot over onto your abs one more time. Reach the arms long, legs long, deep breath in. Exhale, press into your hands, lift the upper body. Lift your right arm and your left leg, belly button pulled in. Bring them down, left arm, right leg. Bring them down, right arm, left leg, hold. And then left arm, right leg, hold. Then keep your hands down, lift your legs. And then if you want, sweep your arms down by your side, squeeze, reach, stretch to your toes and your fingers, back of the neck is long. Bring that down. And then once again, that top leg bends. We come up, lift, and we give that hip a little stretch, just a little bit. And now from that seated position, let's go ahead and bring our legs out. Pull your glutes out from under you. If you have tight hamstrings or tight low back, you're going to have a bend in your knees so that you're not rounded. If you can see your hips, that means you pulled away. So you want to have a crease there. Right? And of course, your shoulders, your upper back, check yourself and make sure you don't have a roundness, right? You're extended, nod that head, yes, tuck that chin, pull up off of those glutes, arms out to the side. Take your right hand, pivot towards me, reach towards me, and then shift over to that left leg. Bring the hand down wherever it lands, use that hand against your shin to elongate first and then pivot deeper. Notice if you rocked off your right hips, put weight back down. Inhale back to center. Left arm comes in front, reach to me. Reach to me. That's out front. Then twist. Then bring it down. Reach with that back arm. Use that front arm to help you. And then come on back up through center. Here we go again. We pivot. We stretch. We twist, we use everything, and we come back to center. We pivot, we stretch and reach, we twist, and up. One more time each way for the saw. Check your shoulder blades. You don't want to be squeaked, or you don't want to be rounded in this one. You want to be as open as you can. Last time. Beautiful. Let's sit up, bring those big toes to touch. Once again, you'll kind of have to reformat to make sure you didn't tuck and round. Do you have wrinkles in your shirt? If so, bend your knees so you don't have wrinkles in your shirt. Nail those big toes together, not literally, but make sure they're going to stay there. Arms to the side. Twist your right arm to the right once, twice, 3 times. Inhale back to center. Make sure your big toes are still touching. Check it. We're still at center. Here you go. Check those big toes. Make sure they didn't move. Arms out to the side. Here we go to the left. 3, 2, 1. Inhale, center, pause. Check those toes. Make sure they're still together. And to the right. Inhale, center. Check your toes to the left. And inhale, center. This time, bend your right elbow. Push, push, push. Inhale, center, left elbow. And center to the right. Center to the left. Checking your toes every time you come back. One more time. And relax. We get to slump for a second. So let your whole body hang. And then we sit nice and tall. We're going to bend both knees. And again, we're still sitting tall. However far apart your knees are, match that with the ankles. So if your knees are here, your feet are here. If your knees are together, your ankles are together. So we don't want to have that splayed position. Shoulders back and down, deep breath in. Exhale. We're going to do a simple version of roll down. Inhale up, exhale back, inhale up and back and up. Keep it going. Two more. This time, if you can, roll all the way back down, bring those knees into your chest, and take a little break. All right, both feet on the ground. Take your hand that's closest to me, put it on the ground, but don't let the elbow be on the ground. So your shoulder blade and your elbow are lifted off the ground. Take your back hand, reach to the front leg, right? Grab that front leg, use it to help lift yourself up, 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 up. And then when you get to the top, give me this lift, right? So you should be facing me. The hand that's facing me is on the ground and the back hand is lifted. Come back to your center. Use your hands to help you down. Now your back hand is on the ground. Your front hand reaches across to the back leg. We roll up and then we're going to lift and open. Come back down. Maybe no hands this time. Reach it back up. Now you have the option to keep this hand down and use this hand against the leg, right? You don't have to do it free from help, whatever that means, right? Couple more here. This is my variation of crisscross today. You could also just come up 2 inches, right? I come down in the middle and come up 2 inches and come down in the middle. That's still pretty hard, especially when you reach those arms. Maybe by this time you're a little tired. You can do that one, that version, or not. It's up to you. 2 more. That means 4 moves. And we come into center. We're going to hug those knees, pull the ankles together, open those knees into a V. So you're stacked up in tabletop, but the knees are wide. Deep breath in. Exhale, pull the belly button in. Inhale, hold here. Exhale, float the head, neck, and shoulders off the ground. Inhale, point your toes. Exhale, flex through the heels. Feel a stretch on your hammies and your calves. And at the same time, reach those arms overhead. Then you're going to point the toes and you can reach for the knees or the shins or the ankles. You can give yourself a teaser lift if you want. Exhale, come down tabletop. Inhale, open, pivot. Exhale, lift the head. Inhale, point the toes. Exhale, flex the heels, arms reach overhead. Inhale, point, lift, reach, however you want to. Exhale down. Inhale to open. Exhale to lift. Inhale to point. Exhale, flex. Inhale, reach, and exhale down. We open on the inhale. We lift on the exhale. We reach, we point, we flex, we reach. We come up, and we're back down again. Step one again, you inhale, open. Step two, you lift your torso. 3, straighten your legs and point your toes. 4, you flex the heels and reach the arms. 5, reach for those toes. And 6, you're down again. So pay attention because we do one more together and then you're on your own. Knees open, inhaling 1, 2, head, neck, and shoulders float off the ground. 3, you point your toes. 4, you flex your heels, arms reach. 5, point those toes, reach. And 6, come down. I'd like you to do 3 more on your own. Each one is 6 steps. That's 18 moves. It helps if you start with the breathing on the inhale. Then you just alternate your breathing. If that gets confusing, just make sure you keep breathing, please, and moving. If your steps are out of order, who cares? You're in the room by yourself. And when you finish the last one, you can hug those knees in and take a little rock side to side. Beautiful. Let's go ahead and put the feet on the ground. And as we did before, make sure the knees and the ankles are the same distance apart. So if your thighs are zipped up, then so are your ankles and your knees. If your feet are, 7 inches apart, so are your knees. Hands down by your sides. Let's exhale, tuck those hips, and then inhale, tip. So we're just moving through that pelvis, just like we did in cat-cow, only this time you're lying down. 2 more times. And then this time, find neutral. So you're not tucked nor tipped, you're neutral, ribs are down. Press into the hands, press into the feet, lift up in your bridge. Bring that right knee up into your chest, point the toes up in the air. Deep breath in, exhale, lower both hips, and inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. A little more challenge is to hover the hands above the ground, but keep your shoulder blades retracted. Just 2 more. That left glute, I hope, is feeling this. Beautiful. Bend that right knee. Place the foot down. Lower those hips. Tuck them under. Tip them out. Find neutral. Ribs down. Back of the neck is long. Lift into your bridge. Left knee, extend it up. And then again, you're going to lower and lift. If you want to hover those hands, try that for a little more challenge. Last time, bring it in, bring it down, cross that right ankle over the left thigh, give a little press out. Bring it up to your left shoulder, give it a little hug. Bring it over to the right, stretch it out on the ground, flex and point, and then bend it again. Sorry, baby. Bring it in, cross it over, press it open. Bring it across to that right shoulder, feel that stretch. Over to the left, and then stretch it out, point and flex, and then bend it again. Stack those knees tabletop, put your thumbs on your ribs, pinky fingers on your hips, index finger on your belly button. Exhale, push the belly button in, pull your ribs down towards your hips. So you're in a really strong contraction there. Back of the neck is long, toe touch. Inhale as the legs move away, exhale to bring them back up again. You always have the option to do a single leg, toe touch, or single leg heel flex. Your toes can be pointed, your heels can be flexed, your knees can be open for a little extra challenge. And after about 5 of them, if you want, you can straighten the legs and turn it into double leg lower. And we're going to hug those knees in, take a rock side to side, pull those knees closer together, grab your ankles, exhale, roll like a ball. You're certainly welcome to make this a side to side movement instead of a forward back. And then on that last one, stay up, find your balance, shoulders out of your ears, sit tall through your spine, grab the backs of the ankles, lift those legs up. So tabletop position here. Are you rounded through here? Can you sit a little taller? Separate those legs, see if that helps you sit a little taller. And then if you want, straighten out those legs, walk the hands a little higher. Use your shoulder blade muscles to squeeze and lift, hold in your teaser. Option, can you bend your elbows, bring your legs a little closer without that happening? I'm being nice, bend those knees, shift your hips back, and then come into a spine stretch. We could have gone into open leg rocker, but next week. And then we're going to turn this forward spine stretch into that slump again. So walk your hands forward, get as far as you can, and then go ahead and let the head relax, let that body curl. And then use your hands, slide them back, press yourself to sit tall and extend through that spine again. Pull those abs in, find that length. So you're tall, 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 shoulders out of your ears. Beautiful. Bring those legs in, and we're coming over onto our side one more time. This time knees are stacked, but we still have that waistline lifted, arm underneath the ear. We're just going to do a quick set of clam. So we're going to just pivot open. Two more like this. Nice. Now lift those heels in the air and pivot from there. Good. Keep everything as it is, but press yourself up on that elbow. Take that top leg, the one you just worked, cross it over. And again, we have that little stretch here. So you're pulling it across the body, but you're not twisting, right? So it's a hip stretch. And then that leg is the one that we lie down on. So again, knees are stacked, hips are stacked, waistline is lifted, arm on your ear. We start with that pivot open. And then we're going to lift those heels and do the same thing. Beautiful. Bring that down, bring yourself up, take that top leg, bring it in front, push the hip down as you pull the knee across so you're not lifting that hip off the ground and tipping over. You're pressing it down to stay tall. And then from there, we're coming over onto our hands and knees. And we're going to just talk about that shoulder blade area for a few moments as we round and squeeze through just the shoulders, right? So it may look like I'm doing a little bit of a cat-cow, but I just want those shoulders moving. Just really working on those. Very nice. Now you're going to take your left hand to the side and your right foot to the side. But you keep your right hand underneath you and your left knee underneath you. And then we're angling on a bird dog here. If you don't like that, bring everything right back to center. Otherwise, keep it all out to the side, left arm to the left, right foot to the right, holding here, pressing into that right hand, blend those abs in, back of the neck is long, gently bring it down, roll through a regular cat, inhale through a regular cow, find neutral, right hand to the right, left foot to the left, and when you're ready, lift them up. Bring them down, woo, cat and cow, and back onto your spine, please. As you come down, bend your right knee and hug it into your chest. Take it in a couple circles for me, please. And then circle the other way. And then bring that knee over to the right shoulder, give it a big hug, pull your right toes back with your right hand, flex through the heel, so you're pushing the knee down into the armpit, pressing the heel up in the sky, using your fingers against those toes, however you want to. And you're going to straighten that leg, and you may need to pull it off to the side, and you may need to move where your hand is. Good, we're going to bring that back through center with a straight leg. We're going to lift up to that straight leg, and then we straighten out the left leg, flex through the heel. It's hovering in the air here, holding, lifting taller, and then that left leg comes down, and we bring that right leg with us. Bring those arms into a T, keep that leg flexed and pointed, and we're going to bring that right toe down, and then once you're there, go ahead and bend the right knee and make it a more comfortable single leg twist. Gently come back through center. Let that right ankle pivot open against the left thigh. Use your right hand to open the right side, left hand to open the left. Then bend that left knee, and there you're in that passive figure four. I'm going to use both hands to press that right leg away a little more. And then I'm going to use both hands to pull it across towards my left shoulder. And then finally, I'm going to pull that left knee in behind it and tuck it up. And then we get to let both legs drop left. And then gently straighten your left leg, follow it with the right. Feel a nice opening, I hope, on the right side. Bend both knees, left knee into your chest, give it a big hug, circle in one direction. And the other. And then we'll hug it in, we'll reach down, pull those left toes back with the left hand, pressing the knee down and the heel up. Straightening it out. If you need to, you can move your hand down. Then we come back through center, lift that leg up, straighten the right leg out, flex through the heel, lift yourself up, and then right leg down and left leg comes with us, turn the toe in, bring that leg across your body, let it drop, big toe drops on the ground, and then you can bend that knee. Mosey on back through center, left ankle crosses the right thigh. We're going to bend those knees, give it a hug, and then put the right foot on the ground, press that left leg open, and then tuck everything in, grab that right shin, pull those knees to the right shoulder, open into a T, and drop right. And then everything back through center. If you do roll-ups, give me a roll-up. Otherwise, just meet me over on your hands and knees, please. Let's stagger those hands. So left hand forward into the left, right knee forward, and just a little bit over to the left. And we're cat-cowing over to the left. Forward and back and to the left. Lots of movement through the spine today. Bring everything back through center, right hand forward and to the right. left knee forward and a little bit to the right. Same thing, cat-cow. And then everything back to center. Tuck your toes, press those hips up in the air, pedal out your feet. Remember that prancing, maybe do a few of those. And then wide stance. Nod yes and shake no. Bend your knees, hands on your thighs, find that beautiful cat. Take your time, articulate. And then open into that cow. Think about tailbone up, shoulders squeezed together, hands to your heart, big deep breath in. Exhale, happy.